Hi, I'm Liz Lesher, and I live in Oklahoma and visit at FCI El Reno in Oklahoma. I'm a coordinator here, and I have three wonderful visitors who work with me to listen to and act upon and befriend the various prisoners that ask us to visit. So the reason for this video is to encourage any one of you watching to come to the conference. The conference, as you know, is being held in Lexington, Kentucky. I am not going to assume for a moment that the airline ticket you're going to get or the cost of the gas that you're going to use is insignificant. It's not. But you know what? If you're anything like me, you have to budget these days for certain things. I have to know what is coming up that's important to me. And there it is. It's in November, and registration is open, and there is so much that has been put in this year in the way of funding for people who have never been before. And I just want to tell you that look at your budget, look at what's possible, and if at all possible, join with us in Lexington, and you will be astonished. So many of you visit alone. You're in areas where you can't in person connect with your coordinator or other visitors. I'm very fortunate. In Oklahoma, there is just the one prison, federal prison, and we have just become friends, and we live within 45 minutes of each other. But for many of you, I know that just isn't possible. So here's what I would say. Look at your budget. It's not till November. If it turns out that you just can't afford to pay the half the amount that you're being asked to pay for the conference, then don't feel difficult. Call Molly or Emily and let them know. I can't do this. We all have other commitments. I have commitments to a little grandson who needs me very much and lives now in Minnesota. That takes a lot of my traveling budget. But once I knew that there was going to be a conference, and we haven't been able to have one for 2 years, as you know, because of the pandemic, once I knew that, this became so important to me, because ever since I was a little girl, my grandparents introduced me to the prison system in England. In the morning, they would visit the prisoners. In the afternoon, they would take me and visit with the prisoners' families. So at a very early age, I understood what it is like not only to be behind bars, but to have a family member, a father, a mother, a son, a daughter, who is incarcerated, and what that does to the family. What you need to know is that by visiting those prisoners who have requested a PVS visit, you are not only supporting that prisoner, but you are supporting their family. This is so important for you to know. And by coming to the conference, you are supporting the organization that you went to so much trouble. This doesn't happen overnight, and I know it. You went to so much trouble to sign up. You really wanted to do this. you wanted to make a commitment, and it is a commitment. It's a commitment by PVS and by you to go see those prisoners, to go see them every month so they can trust that you will be there for them, and their families trust that you will be there for them, and they know all about you. They know about your smile, they know about your jokes, they know that you have wonderful listening powers, and that you listen to their loved one who is incarcerated and are able to come up with ideas and support mechanisms so that life is not so bad, and they can begin to put things together in their mind so that when they are released, whenever that may be, they know a different way of living their life, thanks to you and the work that you have put in and the loyalty that you have shown. So come and join with the rest of us, because what I have just said is, it is the ultimate in rewarding. It's a two-way thing. We help the prisoners, we support them. But my goodness, in my later years, what I have found is it becomes more and more rewarding to be able to know for sure and to trust that the people that I am helping, who are incarcerated and sitting alone so much of the time, wondering about so many things. What is it going to be like? And will I just fall back into the way of life that I came out of, that I came into prison for? It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. I had no one to support me or be a role model. We hear all of this, but when we come together as PVS visitors, what we begin to see is that this network of visitors volunteering across the entire United States. And yes, there are some prisons that we have never managed to find visitors for, because quite honestly, they have built them deliberately in very remote areas. It's even difficult to staff them. But for you and for me, the rewards are enormous. And when we get together and we hear each other speak, and we sit together for meals, and we have a drink together in the evening. Oh yes, we have a drink together in the evening, and it's so enjoyable. We begin to see how this network of PVS visitors, how it comes together, what we have in common, what we are contributing, what we are doing as a network across the country for all people who are incarcerated in military and federal prisons. We are raising the bar. We are raising their hopes. We are raising the support for them to lead a better life in the future and to believe in them. So come and listen to us. I'll tell you now that the conferences that I have been to, and I've been to 3 in the 7 years that I've been visiting, what I know to be true is that as I age and as I join with PVS, what I want to know for sure, and this is very important to me and to some other of the older visitors, we want to know that there is a future for PVS, that there are visitors signing up now who will come to the conference and say, we're going to keep this going. This is really good. I'm a part of something, and I see it now, and I listen to it now, and I hear it now. We are a network across the country that is very, very impactful and very important. but it's only when we come together in these conferences, these rare times, that we know for sure how meaningful it is. And I know this is Molly's first conference. This is Emily's second conference. This is my fourth conference. But you know what? Every conference is different. The speakers that they have are very different. It's what is really important, that what matters to us, and to be able in our small groups as we get to know different people from different states across the country, we get a perspective on what we are doing. That is very important and very rewarding. So please sign up. Don't let me bully you, but let me compassionately say, I know it will make a difference to you, and I know it will make a difference to me, because I will know that there is this wonderful future ahead with younger people with more energy than me, and with all of you who have volunteered and take this very seriously in your life. So thank you for listening to me, and I'll see you in Lexington in November.